Hi, Bunny. It's Mama in my bed. We're gonna read What Does Grief Feel Like? Because grief feels like all these colors, just like my pictures behind my bed. When someone dies who we love, when someone we love dies, we feel grief. You can feel grief in your body. It can feel like a color. It can be big or small, loud or quiet, and so many other things. And Buns, if you're watching this and I've gone to heaven, I know you're feeling a lot of grief, and you're gonna have that grief your whole life, baby. But I'm gonna read to you, and we're gonna talk about where the grief is and how to calm it down so that you can live your life, baby. Because you deserve to live your life and enjoy it. That's why you're on this earth. Okay, baby? So, listen up, cutie buns. Get you set up. Okay. We'll start with the beginning. What does grief feel like? Someone I love died. Did someone you love die too? Who was it? What was their name? Me, Mama. After my special person died, I had a lot of big feelings. Sometimes I had all of these feelings at the same time. I didn't know I could have so many mixed up feelings at once. What did you feel after your special person died? When we love or care about someone and that person dies, we feel grief. We can feel grief for other reasons too. We can feel grief when someone we love is far away and we can't visit them. We feel grief when a pet dies, when we move to a new home, when we change schools or teachers. Grief is not just one thing, it can be many. Grief can be the mixed up feelings we have after someone dies. Missing the person, feeling sad, feeling lonely, being grumpy or grouchy with people, feeling confused, and feeling angry. I feel grief in my body too. My chest feels tight, my hands feel hot, my tummy hurts, and my head feels foggy. What does grief feel like in your body? Sometimes grief feels like a color to me, and grief can feel like one color, or it can feel like all the colors at once. If grief were a color, what color would it be? I'll tell you what, Bunny. All these colors to me, like this picture, when all the colors are blended together, it brings me happiness. If I were to pick a grief color, it would be like one or two colors, but they'd be very dark. Very dark. Like the darkest, deepest blue. That would be my grief color, I think. Grief can feel big or small. Is your grief big or small today? Grief can be loud or quiet. Is your grief loud or quiet today? When I feel grief, sometimes I want to be alone. That's me. I always want to be alone, no visitors. Only me, my bunny, my dogs, usually Daddy. No one else. Other times I want to be near my grown-ups. You might want that, Buns. Or you might want to be alone. Sometimes I want to hug and other times I don't. Do you want to be alone with your grief today or near other people? Buns, you get to choose. Some days I don't feel my grief much at all. And other days I feel my grief a lot. It will help to talk with a grown-up about it. Who can you talk to about your grief? Baby, right now you are in 2nd grade. And that is Mrs. Scarpacci. She's helping you with your grief, baby. She lost her daddy to cancer. And baby, this is you. Right there. My love bug. It says, Heim Elementary, Mrs. Scarpacci, grade 2, year 2025 to 2026. If I don't talk about my grief or let grown-ups know how I feel, my grief can grow bigger and bigger and bigger on the inside. And when my grief grows too big, sometimes I do or say things that can hurt other people. And sometimes I think sad or bad thoughts about myself. What happens when your grief gets too big? Buns, you gotta let it out. If you hold it in, it's gonna hurt your body, your mind. You gotta get it out. You gotta scream into the pillows. You gotta run really fast. Suck in the air. Into the belly. And out. Daddy used to be an angry kid sometimes, and he would take it out on the soccer field with his soccer ball, and he would just, dribble around everybody and score a bunch of goals. He was pretty magnificent. I don't think many people can do that, but you'll find your thing. You'll find ways to release your anger, and that is so important. And nobody cares what it is for you. No one will judge you, as long as it's a healthy thing. Meaning it's good for you to do, and it's not like harming anybody else in any way. So try a bunch of things. See what helps you release that heavy pain in your body. Because you don't need to carry that around every day, baby. You can release it. When my grief feels big and loud, here are things I can do. I can talk about the person who died, draw or paint pictures about them. I'd love that if you want to draw something, baby. Take deep breaths and cry. Talk to a special grown-up about the grief. Get a hug or hug a favorite toy. You hug your seahorse, baby. Hug him really hard. What can you do when your grief feels big? Since the person we love died, everyone in my family feels grief. It helps when we share our grief. We tell stories about the person who died, look at photos of them, make music, or sing special songs that remind us of them. Go to a special place to remember them. When someone special dies, people in my neighborhood and community feel grief too. We have special ways to share our grief, like raising money in honor of the person who died, lighting candles or lanterns, putting flowers or other items in a special place. What do you do in your family and community to help your grief? Bunny, I have suggestions that I think would help very much. And I think it would honor me, but also help you and help the community, and I think one big thing that comes to mind is to grow flowers and sell them at the flower stand. And if that's not an option anymore, like how we used to do as a family, that's okay. You don't actually have to do that. The other thing, the big one that really makes sense to me, is to take Dory, our service dog slash therapy dog, and take her to therapy work. Either you take her as your service dog, or you take her as a therapy dog to go visit other people who are very lonely or very sick and cheer them up, baby. And do that in my honor. Or if Dory's not around someday, because she will go to heaven with me someday, maybe you could train a new doggy to be a therapy dog. Right now, baby, you're 7.5 years old, and you're talking about how much you like dog training, and it's really cool. I love dog training, and you've watched Maple and Dory both be trained a lot, and you really think it's cool right now, and maybe that's something you do. Maybe you get another dog someday and you train it to help others or help in general. Maybe it's your service dog, maybe it's a therapy dog, maybe it's both. But I think that would be really cool. And if you can't do it, that's okay. You'll find something that honors me. And don't feel that you need to honor me all the time. Once in a while, it's fine. Love you, baby. I'm gonna finish this book for you. Everyone feels grief sometimes. Grief is a normal part of missing someone special. It might get louder or quieter. Grief can change over time, and it may change color, could get bigger or smaller. When grief feels big, it can help to talk, play, paint, and remember. No matter what your grief is, it's okay to feel it. What does your grief feel like? There's a quote at the end of the book here. If a child is old enough to love, they are old enough to grieve. And baby, oh, did we love. We loved each other so hard. We just had the best life together. Absolute best life. I love you, sweetie. And I'm loving you from heaven.